If it could be saved, they call it the hill country. I call it home. But what will we call it when it's level and paved?
Regional Director of Music and Memory, and is also the Vice President of Education and Training for the Texas Culture Change Coalition. And the Music and Memory program is something that Dallas has begun implementing in our communities, and we're very excited about, and we are thrilled that Stephanie is here to talk with us today. So let's welcome Stephanie.
So happy that everyone's here today. I am battling allergies, as I'm sure many of you are as well, right? So, we're doing a little arm wrestling with the ragweed right now. I couldn't be happier than to be here today to introduce you to a wonderful, wonderful alternative for giving a person anti-psych medications in our long-term care. I'm going to try to get closer so you can hear me. Here we go. Music and Memory, our founder, Dan Cohen, had found a way to connect people with their music memory, meaning it's a roadmap to our lives. Music in our lives, our own personalized autobiographical music, is a roadmap to our lives. It was with us when we got married, it was with us when we graduated high school, it was with us all throughout our lives, and it's very, very, very important for us as we get older. One of the things that we have found is that by using a little piece of technology called the iPod Shuffle, which everybody probably has in their closet or their kids' closets or in your desk drawers, by using this and training nursing facility, all long-term care facility staff on how to bring a person's personalized music playlist to them, it will unleash them to be able to speak again in terms of having advanced dementia. It will allow you as a caregiver to help bathe them. They will increase their appetites. You're going to find a number of different benefits just by presenting a personalized music playlist to those in long-term care. So one of the things that I wanted to show you today, and just to give you a little bit of background on me, I am in my spare time, I'm Vice President of Education and Training for the Texas Culture Change Coalition, meaning we want to bring change to long-term care. We want to change the face of aging and really bring person-centered care to them in long-term care facilities. There are a lot of amazing people that work in long-term care. They are overworked. They are unable to reach everyone in the way that they want to reach them. And what we're trying to do is provide a tool for them to increase the timing that they have in these facilities. So as you can see, we're going to train all of music and memory impaired. We're going to train the staff to bring these iPod shuffles to their clients in their facilities. Care organizations are trained in music and memory, and what that looks like is we're just doing this via technology. So we'll have 3 90-minute webinars for the staff there. This needs a multidisciplinary team and one that is committed to bringing about this change in their long-term care. I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like. Just to give you one other example of my background, I was originally the director of the only licensed adult day center, formerly known as adult daycare here in Texas. But I had to go ahead and go up to our governor and lobby and make sure that he knew that adult daycare, when dealing with the elderly, doesn't protect their autonomy or their dignity. Daycare is for children. So 2 years ago, our governor went ahead and wrote this in. SB 1999 is now has been accepted and is now known as Day Activity Health Services, just so you know, a little something there. Dan Cohen approached me when he was launching this music and memory program through the Department of Aging and Disability Services. And now I'm handling this little country called Texas to get all of our organizations, but I'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. I'd like to show you a quick video just to give you an idea of what music and memory looks like. You're going to see a gentleman named Henry, and he has been in a nursing facility for 10 years. We all have a neighbor who's done that, we have family members, we have loved ones that are in nursing facilities right now. Let's get them their music. So if you'll have a look at this.
I have one resident that barely opened her eyes, she didn't respond. As much as I tried, I knew her for 2 years. No matter what I tried, massage wouldn't work, nothing worked. But when we got introduced to the iPods, and the family told me the things that she liked, it was amazing once we put the iPod on her. She started shaking her feet. She started moving her head. Her son was just amazed. Okay, can we stop? Because now I'm getting all I'm seeing her all over again.
Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa. How you doing?
I'm all right. Fine.
Who am I? Okay, it's Jerry. How long has he been in the nursing home? Approximately 10 years. He was having seizures, and my mother couldn't handle him at all. Of course, it affected me greatly because he was always, fun-loving, singing. Every occasion he would come out with a song, no matter where he was. I remember as a child, he used to walk us down the street, me and my brother, and he would stop and do singing in the rain. He would have us jumping and swinging around poles. He was, he was good. He was always into music, always loved singing, dancing.
His name is Henry Drea. And I'm looking more or less for religious music for him. Because he enjoys music and he always quotes the Bible. So I'd rather have that for him.
We first see Henry inert, maybe depressed, unresponsive, and almost unalive.
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah,
I found your music. You want your music now? Okay. Let's try your music, okay? And then you tell me if it's too loud or not.
Then he is given an iPod containing, we know, his favorite music. And immediately he lights up. His face assumes expression, his eyes open wide. He starts to sing, to rock, and to move his arms, and he's being animated by the music.
And he used to always sit on the unit with his head like this. He didn't really talk to much people. And then when I introduced the music to him, this is his reaction ever since.
The philosopher Kant once called music the quickening art, and Henry is being quickened, he's being brought to life. Yeah.
I'm going to take the music for 1 second, okay? Just to ask you a few questions. Okay? I'm going to give it back to you. Okay.
The effect of this doesn't stop, because when the headphones are taken off, Henry, normally mute and virtually unable to answer the simplest yes or no questions, is quite voluble.
Henry,
Yeah,
do you like the iPod? Do you like the music you're hearing?
yes.
Tell me about your music.
Well, I don't have one, man.
Do you like music?
Yeah, I'm crazy about music. You play beautiful music, beautiful sound. Beautiful.
Did you play music when you were, did you like music when you were young?
Yes, I went to big dances and things.
What was your favorite music when you were young?
I guess, well, Cap Calloway was my #1 band guy I like.
What's your favorite Cab Calloway song?
Oh, I'll be home there for Christmas. Oh, you can count plans on me with plenty of snow, mistletoe, present, revenue free. Ow!
So Texas is restored to himself. He has remembered who he is, and he's reacquired his identity for a while through the power of music.
What does music do to you?
It give me this feeling of love. No man, because right now the world needs to come into music, singing. You got beautiful music here. Beautiful, all lovely. And I feel the band of love, dream. Lord came to me, made me holy. I'm a holy man. So he gave me this sound. So they say, I need you. Sweet Rosalie, won't you love me? Rosalie, sweet kind.
With this beautiful new technology, you can have all the music which is significant for you in something as big as a matchbox or whatever. And I think this may be very, very important in helping to animate, organize, and bring a sense of identity back to people who are out of it. Otherwise, music will bring them back into it, into their own personhood, their own memories, their own autobiographies.
idea. That was just a 6-minute clip. We were so lucky. We couldn't be a luckier nonprofit today to have Michael Rosana Bennett, who's a documentarian, follow Dan Cohen, our founder, when Dan was having a really hard time convincing administrators, you've got to bring music to your people, and I have a way to do that. So he couldn't get anyone to really agree for him to come in and do this. So he asked Michael to follow him around, and Michael was supposed to just follow him for maybe a 5-minute clip, and that turned into him following him for 2 years. And he created a video, and it's called Alive Inside, and it's on Netflix right now. I think Amazon's got it as well. It's an incredible documentary. Sundance, he actually submitted it to Sundance, and it actually won. And that was in 2014. So since then, people have taken notice of this, and Dan has been able to really structure a scalable program for longevity and sustainability in long-term care. And so what we did last year is we went to the Department of Aging and Disability Services. Actually, it's now HHSC, Health and Human Services, as of September. But what they actually did is they decided, well, let's try this out. So I'm going to go to 32. They had 32 skilled nursing facilities in Texas in all regions. And we tried it out. And by the end of last year, they had gotten approval from CMS, Centers for Medicaid and Medicare. They had approval to roll this out in 400 more facilities. And that's happening. And we're doing that in phases right now. So, you know, Texas has 1,222 nursing homes. We're going to be in a third of those by the end of next year. And that's huge, you guys. This is going to change the face of how we're caring for folks in long-term care. So what we did is we're going to roll out a phase 2 here in November as well. And we're also going to reach assisted livings and hospice, all long-term care facilities. But right now, what we have to do is bring our study results in. There's a study attached to this as well. And what we are really finding is that it is decreasing falls. It is increasing appetites. It's increasing staff morale because you're able to actually find out information about their clients. They're able to find out they love this song, or I love that song too. And they're building these relationships, and that's really our goal. It's not about just putting a headset on someone and taking off for a little while, although you will have a little more time to do that, but you've got to really build these relationships and bring people in. And I'm going to talk to you about some volunteer pieces that we have with this too. So the Department of Aging and Disability Services, we're bringing this in. Well, here's the bigger piece that I'm so excited about, is we've made a partnership with the Health Occupation Students of America. And this is a nationwide program where you have your health science students, and they join a HOSA group, Health Occupation Students of America. And what DADS has been able to do is actually speak with the TEA, the Texas Education Agency. We have a dementia curriculum that is just rolled out in August. This is going to go to every high school student in Texas. And that's huge. That's planting the seed. You've got a ton of kiddos right now who don't know why grandmother and granddaddy are talking the way that they are, or why they're acting the way that they are. To give you a little bit more of my background, I have dementia in my family. Both of my grandparents are suffering from that, and my great-grandmother and granddaddy as well. So the dementia curriculum will plant that seed. Do you think we have an overage of geriatricians? No, we're really failing in those numbers, aren't we? This will plant the seed. This can inspire kids to grow up and really become geriatricians and really see aging differently. When you're sitting next to someone who has their favorite music, I know what happens to me. When I have my favorite music, it gets me excited. I hear it in the shopping center. It gets my attention. It also helps when people are visiting their loved ones in a nursing facility. How many times do you go in and you don't really have a whole lot to say, and you're not really sure what to say, and you're just sitting there, and you're just being together, which is of course important. But if you both have a headset, the technology now has what's called a splitter. And so 2 headsets can go into one iPod, and you can both reminisce about where you were at this time when this song was playing. So I must say that is one of the most important pieces, is in the majority of long-term care facilities, and I did it in mine, you just had some music playing. You had some genre music playing. Did it hit everybody in the room? No. This person loves this. I love Crystal Gale. Someone may be playing rock and roll, or somebody may be playing country. And usually what happens when you go into a facility and you're thinking about what music to put on, if you think about it, is you look at someone and you say, okay, well that's Stephanie. She's 44, born and raised in Texas, blonde hair, blue eyes. Let's give her some country. Let's put country on there. Well, I do like a little country here and there, but they're definitely still not going to get my musicians on. They're not going to have the Judds. They're not going to have, the people that I want to hear play. So you're not going to get a response from me. So what's important is from the get-go, these students are going to start learning about dementia and what it is. And the connection that we have now with HOSA and the Department of Aging, Disability Services, Health and Human Services is that there's a music and memory service learning component. So these students are going to school, their advisors are getting hold of the curriculum, they're teaching about it. Now you can go into, the students can go into a certified music and memory facility that's close by their school. And they can go there, and these kids know how to make a playlist probably 10 times faster than I do, and the staff. They know what headsets are. They know how to charge these things. And that breeds success. So we've just started this, and I can't wait for you to see the results. Now I have a little, I know that I've only got maybe 5 minutes left. So I'm going to show you an example of what's happening there.
You just see that clock winding back in time, and you see them you just see them young again, something that you never thought you'd see.
Our school does clinical rotations where students go to the hospitals or nursing facilities to volunteer and see what work is like in medicine. And the kids really responded to it because they love their music and they couldn't imagine being without.
The students help in many ways. They help with the interview process. They complete a form called Getting to Know You, also a music detective form where they interview the residents and ask them special music preferences and talk about their past experiences, and just is generally an overall positive experience for both the resident and the student.
It's been wonderful. The music and memory program here has been absolutely amazing. I don't think the music program works if you just put a headset on somebody and say, here you go, and walk away from the situation. I think you have to be really engaged in it. When the students from John Jay came, they were a little bit nervous about what they were supposed to do and what they weren't supposed to do. So taking time to listen to them and empower them and teach them meant a lot to them. It went from coming to me or somebody else for support. They knew they could just go and see that resident. They knew how to enter into a room. They knew how to engage them. They knew how to talk to them.
When we walk into the room and he lights up, it gives you a sense of purpose that's immeasurable. And then seeing him light up again when he listens to music, or it brings back memories and he smiles or he laughs, it's very nice.
The main thing is the music. We're able to get here, as all the nurses are busy, but we're able to be in charge of passing out the music. Hey, you need music, then go get it for you, so that way they'll feel more comfortable. They can come out in this little circle that they have here and just feel welcome.
They'll walk in and they would be like so grumpy, or just, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep, or I'm not gonna do this today, I just wanna be in my room, don't bother me.
Music is nice. Okay, Mom, put it on, okay? Okay.
After, they would get so happy, like you would see, oh, a big smile, and just start tapping their feet. And most of the residents, you don't see them move. You know, when you see music, it's like, oh wow, they're moving, they're like moving their arms, they're smiling, just from putting music on.
When I saw the residents put on the headset, they literally wake up. You see a different them, you see them happy, you see them move around. Something that they haven't done in a while. It makes me happy. It feels like I'm doing something right.
It just brings back the memories and the smiles and everything. So it's a positive impact. It's something completely different than actually just thinking that medicine could actually do everything, you know? It's really good.
For Iris and other seniors with dementia, music is something that they resonate to. It just is a calming factor for them. Iris and I love music all our lives. We love to dance.
You never know how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
It's things like that music and memory that brings out their better part and lets them for just a little while focus, on enjoying life. It's a treasure.
They go back in time and it's like the loved ones that they lost, or just the people who haven't been there for them. It's like they come back, and like it just like you see like the broken pieces of their heart finally come back together. Like you see their spirit uplifted. You see them become alive again.
My wife loved music all her life, every minute of her life. She loved music. She lived music. Even 10 days before she died, she was listening to Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto No. 2. First movement got to be louder and faster. Her hands were moving on the sheets, I could see. And she had not been talking. She couldn't talk at that point. But suddenly, her eyes came open. She looked up, obviously, at the conductor and said, "I'm going as fast as I can." No, she could not communicate completely. We could communicate through music.
I have always believed in my heart, music touches the soul of every person. We just each have our own different types of music. But once you hear that one song, it brings meaning to you. You relate to it, you connect to it.
I think every school should have a music and memory program. I've seen a huge change in my students that participated, and all positive. We all have a playlist or a soundtrack to our life, and so they assign a lot more value to that now. Having the two generations come together and having that connection through music, we need that connection. Everybody does, whether they're a teenager, 40 years old, 80 years old.
And when you see people that you take care of, life comes back in and their face lights up and you see them tapping and singing and enjoying and moving around, and you just, it's infectious. And you don't want it to end, and you want it to grow, and you want to share it, not only with yourself and your community, but with other communities too.
People who don't know about the Music and Memory program should really get more involved in it because it really is an amazing thing.
It makes you feel good, and it makes you feel like you're doing something to change the world, and it's an experience that every young person should go through at one point in their life.
So there's some of the results that we're doing with students in schools. I know that my time is running low. I just wanted to let you know our plan. We start out with a snapshot on aging. We go into the host of volunteer services, and then we move them over into the 432 music and memory certified facilities that will happen by next year. For those of you that are at home, and you need music and memory for you to age in place with your loved ones, we have guidebooks over on our website. You want more information about music and memory? Just go over to our website, musicandmemory.org. How to make a personalized playlist at home. I know the Alzheimer's Association here in South and in San Antonio has worked with Candace Schlusher over the music project, and she's helped to bring them a laptop so that they can house a music library and help those make playlists at home in order to age in place. If you've got loved ones that are in facilities right now, ask them, are you music and memory certified? Show me. If they say no, why not? We need all our facilities certified. Music and Memory is a nonprofit. We don't have anything to get out of this but happier people. Thank you very much for listening. I know that you also, if I were to do one thing, if I were you, make your own personalized music playlist. It is our mission with Music and Memory for a person's playlist to follow them throughout their entire healthcare journey. Have it with you. Get it to your family members. I have mine, it's in my safe deposit box. No one knows your music like you know your music. And the best ages to choose your playlist on are between the age of 15 and 23, give or take some years. These were the most important, well, not the most important times, but pretty important times, as you were growing up. You had lots of music. So make your playlist and help someone else make their playlist too. And see Alive Inside. If you get a minute, it is life-changing. It really, really is. Thank y'all so much. Maybe a couple questions? Anybody have questions? Okay, go to our website, musicandmemory.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'll also say that she has some information that is over at the Sodalis table as well. So on your way out, be sure and go by there, and you can get some more information about the Music and Memory program. We're about to do our door prizes. I want to take a moment and thank and recognize all of our sponsors, all of our table sponsors who have been here to talk to you about their services and what they can offer. Also look on the back of your program where it's listed. I will say my apologies to Legacy at Forest Ridge. They were accidentally left off of the program, so I want to acknowledge them as well, that they should have been on the back of that program, and so please go by and see them as well. Okay, let's get into our door prizes. Have you turned in your cards? We can grab one real quick if you haven't turned them in yet. Okay. The first door prize is from Sodalis. It is actually a free 4-day respite stay in our community. And that goes to Gail.
They call it the hill country.
Where's Gail?
I call it beautiful. I'd call it progress. If it could be saved, they call it the hill country. I call it home. But what will we call it when it's level and paved? civilized pagans drank untreated water.